It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on another unit from the Big 12, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Missouri's offense will get the football first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The give on the option. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it.
He hurls one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hardy. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense has the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take game.
Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Finds the tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Aggies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end. They get him on the ground, but that'll be enough to give Texas A&M a first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Wants to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Working the big fella to the corner. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A first down run on the doorstep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to pass, it's Reed. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Turns it on in midfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out and in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Gets the back moving. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Moss. At the 20, he's got space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Motion from the wideout. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They got stuffed on second down, and still they need 1 yard here on third and goal. Trying to pound their way in. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
They'll try to pound their way in. He's stuffed, knocked down behind the line of scrimmage on fourth and goal, and they'll have it at the 3. The Tigers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Can't get him to the ground. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Running back searching for a hole. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Quarterback may change this route. To throw, it's Reed. Lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The play action fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. To the air, it's Reed. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back. Just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Hardy. Breaks into the open. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the 1st down.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab down the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Manning. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw again. Working that left side now. Heading to the end zone. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. On 1st and goal, Missouri will try to strike pay dirt. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. They'll move the wide receiver. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Slams ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And finally, the offense strikes, man. Puts a drive together, gets points right at the end of the first half. Kudos to their defense keeping them in it. Now you got some momentum. Figure some things out at halftime. Right back in this ballgame.
And with the extra point, they're now down 9-7. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The offense changing the play. To the air. It's Reed. Here's a heat. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Quickly to the tight end. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Sends it downfield. Intercepted for the 11th time. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia.
Missouri will kick it off to open this second half. On the move from inside his 5. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Reed. He's got it. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the air on first down. Looking to take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Very few times can you get a guy that wide open in a game, and when you do, you have to capitalize on it. That QB knows it. Look at him. You could tell he knows he missed a huge opportunity. Not only could he tell, everyone in the stands could see that guy was absolutely wide open.
They'll go to the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Here's the return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. To the ground with the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll send the back in motion. He'll throw on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the 1st down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less.
Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. Missouri comes up with a 1st and goal. Trying to bully their way in. Touchdown, Missouri! And that one will give them the lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of enough space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Back to pass, it's Reed. Got his man quickly.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage, and he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush, he didn't hurry, he took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Leaves it with the back. Makes him talk to the hand. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Rides to back and leaves it. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Back to throw, it's Reed. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him well short of the marker. It's fourth down from the 27.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now if they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more, so they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back, and they've done a pretty good job all day.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
What a 3rd down stop by this defense. 3rd down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Here's the handoff. Showing off the arm. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Defense doing their job getting that last stop, and now third in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. He stopped at the 15, not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Grabbed behind the line, it's Craver. The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40.
And that's a great way to start this drive. Listen, we understand the situation. We need a touchdown, we need a 2-point conversion, but you can't get all of that on one play. Stay consistent, plenty of time still left on the clock. Dink and dunk if you need to. Take what the defense gives you.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to get...
There he goes! He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Dropping back, it's Reed. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Dumps it to the back. He's got it on the move. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So they see the potential tying score wiped out by the penalty, and now time is starting to be against them. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Just keep slinging it. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The defense will have to key on the run and try to get this ball back. They want that clock to run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Got it behind the line. It's Jones. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Hardy. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get 1st downs to stay on the field, and they are executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
Missouri has it ready to go with another 1st down. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now,
and the ball is free on the pitch. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Here on 3rd down for this offense. Looking for a crease. It's Hardy. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
and I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're
Going to take a shot at this DB. Snags it inside the 20. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. Everybody wants the big play in this situation, Jesse, but he was smart. Catch, 1st down, out of bounds.
Yeah, and you just got to know where you are on the field, right, Reese? Great awareness by the receiver, making the catch, getting out of bounds as fast as possible.
And this is a significant moment for this offense. Down 8, 1st and goal, needing a touchdown and a 2 to tie. To the air, it's Reed. Fires into the end zone. Whoa, look at the sticky Velcro-esque fingers. He's got it for a touchdown, and now they need the 2, and we'll be all tied up.
And massive play by this offense. This is exactly what you needed. You got the score. Now you got to get the 2-point conversion. Time's not on your side. There is no wait till a later point. It's go time. What's your 2-point play in this spot to tie the game up late?
This crowd is rising up, trying to help its defense make a stand on the 2-point try. From the gun, looking for a man. He makes the grab for the 2-point conversion, and in the final moments, we are tied. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop and you can save every second you have.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Manning. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Caught over the middle. It's Manning. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Just a couple they need to pick up here on third and short in overtime. Catch in the middle. It's Jones. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Gives it on the option. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. First and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. Try to barge their way in. Touchdown, Tigers. They jump on top here in OT.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Looking for a man. It's Reed. He caught it. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
You got to be impressed with the level of execution here in the second drive of OT. One play, score a touchdown, and now it's decision time, David. Do you kick the extra point and keep this thing going, or do you go for 2 and try to win?
Yeah, and you're right. The response was amazing. I mean, you give up a touchdown, you have a tendency to get down on yourself. No. First play, great execution. Now, do I go for the win? Do I play this safe, or do I go try to take this moment right now and get the W?
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. That's reeled in. It's Craver. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Quarterback making checks. To the air on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Moss. Touchdown, Aggies. Got it in to take the lead here in the second OT. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Manning. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's first and goal at the 9.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Rushes on him. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Third and goal, desperately trying to get it in and keep hope alive. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Here's the pressure. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That was a huge third down in this football game, and the defense comes up with the big sack in a big moment. Your offense got 3. Now you're forcing a fourth down. I don't even think it's decision time now after that fourth down. I think they got to kick.
Oh, and it's intercepted. A turnover in overtime. Going the other way, and he's got room. And the takeaway is the exclamation point. The game saver for the win.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
I know how to sum up this game succinctly. That was fun, and what a victory to remember.
Fun for them, fun for us, just the back and forth. Games that are so nip and tuck, and you know every play matters so much. These are the games that we love to call.